8 seconds.
So here's the first scramble. This solves a 0.89, and the first thing I noticed is that there's 2 green bars, which means there's 4 options for CLL layers. I checked all of them, and the best one was definitely doing this 5 moves to this really nice anti-Nicholas. Another side that I checked was a 2-move white face that gives you this pretty good LEG one, but it's not really that great compared to the CLL solution I showed you. And on yellow, there's a 2 moves to TCLL, but that's also not that great compared to the CLL. So eventually I just went with that. And it had pretty good TPS because it was 14 moves and it was 0.89, so it was like 15.7 TPS, so I was pretty happy with that solve.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
Okay, so this was the second scramble, and this was a 4.82 because I pretty much one looked wrong. Or I did the ALG from the wrong case, and then I got a CLL case after, so I pretty much gave up at that point. So what I should have done is doing 5 moves, and then you get this pretty decent EG1 case, which would go like that, and I have no AUF, so it would be a pretty good time. But there's also something that I missed on green is doing 4 moves to this PBL with no AUF, so you can cancel into it like this. So that would have probably been the best solution for that scramble.
Eight seconds.
So this is the third scramble. This was a 0.92. The first thing I saw is that there's a 3-move layer on yellow to give you this pretty good H case. But instead of doing that, you can actually do R prime and then do a left hedge, and you're left with left spin with no AUF. So I eventually came back to that solution, but the other solution I also saw was on orange. You can do U R2 U R prime, and that gives you a pretty decent CLL, but it's not as good as the left spin solution I showed you. So that's what I eventually just went with, and it had pretty good turning.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
So this is the fourth scramble. This was a 0.95, and the first thing I saw is that you can do 1 move to this pretty bad T-cell. Okay, so I tried to avoid that, and the next thing I noticed is on yellow you can do a few different things. You can do R prime U prime R U2 R prime to get this CLL case, R prime U2 R U prime R prime to get this CLL case. But the thing I saw is that you can do F prime U R prime F prime R, and then you get pure soon with no UF. So that's what I eventually went with, and it had pretty good turning because it was 11 moves.
Eight seconds. 12 seconds.
So this was solve number 5, and the first thing I noticed is that there's 1 move to, well, you could do anti-TCLL on, but it's really not that good of a case, so I tried to avoid that. And I also saw that you can do 1 move, do 2 green bars, and the way I actually did it is I held it here and did F U2 R2, and then you just do U prime, and you're left with anti-Nicholas with no UF.